Hi guys, this is Lei from Goldfish Corner. Welcome back. And today we're going to talk about a secret on how to boost goldfish wen growth. The male goldfish dominates the head features, the highest level. I would see you have to keep the green water. This one being ignored by many people. That means the wen has infection. So back to 2001, the March, I released a video talking about what is wen and what is origin. And after that release, I got a lot of feedback and comment talking about, hey Lei, now I understand what is wen, but how to boost the wen growth. I hear your voice and finally I got some time and I collect a lot of those documents and filter the information. Now I'm gonna share how to grow goldfish wen and all the secret. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna plan some surprises for you. Part of those tips is actually developed based on a goldfish masters. I don't want to tell who. I'm gonna save to the last of the video, so just stay tuned and until the last part and you're gonna see where I got those tips from. So I'm gonna tell you 5 tips today. The tips 1 is genetics. Goldfish wen is one of the features going to be carried on generation by generation. So in order to have a good attribute goldfish wen, you have to select spawnfish with very strong and massive goldfish wen growth, just like those two beautiful red cap oranda. I want to share another insight, which is an old insight from the traditional Chinese goldfish keeping. In Chinese, they said 公出头,母出尾, which means the male goldfish dominates the head features and the female goldfish determines the tail. So very straightforward. If you know this inheritance principle, if you want to boosting the goldfish wen growth, guess what? Make sure the male goldfish has a massive goldfish wen, and that's going to carry over the inherited feature of wen growth for next generation. Genetics determine goldfish wen mainly, but at the same time, the breeding environment, such as all the tips they're gonna tell you. Okay, so the second tip, which is the water, I have to emphasize many times, or I can talk the whole day about the water. Water is the most important because goldfish lives in the water. There's another insightful thing from the traditional Chinese goldfish keeping. It said 养鱼先养水, which translated in English is raise water before raising your goldfish. You're literally keeping water first. Make sure the water is right. In summary, I listed 3 levels of different goldfish keeping in terms of water quality. The level 1, which is the lowest level, is to keep water parameters right. First of all, you want to keep the pH slightly alkaline above the neutral. So the ideal pH for goldfish is literally 7.5 to 7.9 pH for the water. And most important, make sure all the toxic chemicals in the water should be 0. Very importantly is the ammonia, nitrite. Make sure both two close to 0. Just like this chart is actually example. Ammonia, which is 0 ppm, and nitrite close, it has to be 0 ppm. For nitrate, on the other hand, is relax a little bit, but also keep as low as possible. Make sure it's below the 5 ppm. And also the pH need to be slightly above neutral, 7.5 to 7.9. That is level 1. Now we go to the next level, which is level 2. For the level 2, you need to balance the bacteria. This is a little bit harder because the water parameter you can measure through the water test kit. The bacteria level is really based on the experience. You can smell the water or you can do the water change. So basically, when I see balanced bacteria, which means 1, you need to increase the probiotic and also beneficial bacteria, so such as nitrite bacteria. So they're going to degrade all the fish waste. So you need has both probiotic and beneficial bacteria. And also make sure the bad bacteria should be eliminated, such as fungus or parasites. A parasite may not be a bacteria, but some bad bacteria that can parasite on the goldfish body. I'll tell you a tip. if anything wrong with balance the bacteria, what you can do right away is do the water change right away. So that's gonna eliminate the fungus. All right. The third level, obviously the highest level, I would see you have to keep the green water and also green carpet algae. If you look at this video, all the fish actually enjoy the sun and the green water. If you want to know how to develop green water or how to develop the green carpet algae, I do have a detailed video. It's about 20 minutes. So go, I guess, up there to the link and get that video. But one thing I want to mention, the green water, is if your tank has green water, I'm talking about light green water, like this kind of green water, you literally have all the three levels right. When you have a green water, your water parameter must be right. And because the green water already contains the balanced bacteria and the probiotics, that's why the green water can absorb the fish waste and all those ammonia and nitrite. So when you have green water, you automatically has all the three levels achieved. So green water is the key. So third tip is feeding. Goldfish WEN made out of protein, so you need to feed them with high protein food. Very easy to check the protein level. Say for instance, this is Hikari fancy goldfish, is actually for color boosting, but if you look at the back around the nutrition table, if you zoom in, they actually has a pretty high protein level. This is minimum protein level is 45%. This is almost half of those goldfish food made out of protein. But one thing I want to warn you is just because it says 45% protein doesn't mean all the 45% protein gonna be digested by goldfish. So the key is digestible. Easy to digest is the key. I can tell you none of those artificial pellet is easy to digest or digestible. You have to keep a natural food as a mix. Bloodworm, Daphnia is a good resource to have those digestible protein that gonna boost the goldfish WEN growth. So the tip is not just high protein, but also digestible. The second one, I think this one being ignored by many people. The trick thing is you have a very solid feeding during the fall season or during the autumn season. You have to feed more. When the water temperature about 25 Celsius, you have to feed 3 times a day. My rule of thumb is 1/3 of the goldfish head size just for one feeding. The whole reason is fall season is a build-up season. It's build up the body fat season for goldfish. You have to feed them really well. Make them ready for winter because you know during the winter time, temperature's low. You don't want to feed them that much. Sometimes once a week or sometimes twice a week, depends on the water temperature. So pretty much sacrifice the body fat. So you have to feed them really well during the fall season. So get ready for the winter. The other thing is winter is actually golden season for WEN to grow. I'm gonna tell you why. I have another separate video talk about this in very details. So click the link, I guess right here. Go and maybe review this video. I'm gonna talk about the theory and also the practice on how to feed goldfish during the winter. If you do the winter season right, your goldfish almost gonna double the size of goldfish WEN growth in winter. The number 4 tip is the sunlight. I think the sunlight actually tends to be ignored by many people because a lot of the modern goldfish keeping is based on the indoor goldfish. So that's why you tend to forget the sunlight because you have those fancy LED. That's actually wrong. Sunlight does all the magic tricks. Sunlight can enhance immunization of the goldfish. It can reduce the diseases typical of the fungals and bad bacteria disease because the UV light can sterilize your tank water and boost the color. The last but not least is boost the WEN growth. Trust me, sunlight does the magic tricks. The other thing is during the summertime, you have to limit the direct sun expose. Make sure there's no sun shooting 90 degrees to your tank. You need some coverage, or you put it on the west side, not on the south side of your building, so you don't get direct sunlight. Ironically, modern technology, we can build anything. We can even simulate the sun. Sometimes you heard those full spectrum LED, which is better than the normal regular LED lights. However, none of those LED light can really replace the spectrum of the sunlight. Sunlight has much uniform, broad spectrum. The tip number 5 is the winter care technique. The cold water boosts the wind growth. But I already talked about this in another video clips. So check out this video link and maybe review this video. The reason for that is almost like an yin-yang or Tai-Chi chart. Your body growth versus wind growth is a balance. So during the summertime or springtime, the body growth grows a lot. When body growth dominant the growth, the wind growth is secondary. But during the winter time, because the body growth slow down, and it's also like a seesaw effect, and then the wind growth just pick it up. That is why the cold temperature can boost the wind. During the winter time, you're gonna follow the different feeding routines, either feeding schedule or feeding volume. Every season has different schedule. For the winter time, you feed less and you will feed less frequent. And during the winter time, depends on the temperature. Sometimes you don't feed per week, or you feed every other week. The other thing is you only feed with wheat germs. That's easy to digest, not hard for goldfish. The other thing, I really want to share this one. I'm glad all of you actually holding this long to reach this far on this one. So that's why all of you deserve this little tips, is to how to take care of the white spot or pimples due to the wind growth. I'm gonna share this picture. During the winter, when the water temperature is low, when the wind grows fast, you sometimes see those kind of white spots. This is not disease, a white spot. You see it's pretty clean, just a little white spot here and there, not very many pimples here and pimples here, pimples here. There's not many, just one here, one here. These are normal, no action from your end. However, if you see these is actually infection wind growth. That's not a normal pimple due to the goldfish growth. If you see the reddish in those white spot, or you see many of those, that means the wind has infection, or sometimes could be has a parasite disease. So what you're gonna do is you use cotton tips to remove them, all those white stuff from the wind, and then you use the potassium permanganate bath. Make sure the color is the purple color. About 15 minutes, you kind of sanitize all the wind's part, and that's gonna make the wind growth back to normal. I'm gonna share where I get my tips from, and I want to have this a special thanks to Mr. Jianmin. So Mr. Xu was born in 1957 in Beijing. He is the 10th generation breeder of Goldfish Xu. See, this is Goldfish Xu, that is his picture. I was lucky to watch his video, kind of a goldfish instruction video. All I learned, the top 4 tips is actually from him. He mentioned clearly is the top secret of the Goldfish Xu's way of goldfish keeping is 种, 水, 时, 光. Those 4 is in Chinese, translated in English is genetics, water, feeding, and sunlight. One thing I want to reflect on these tips, I don't have a top secret like the chemical stuff or different food, and all those 5 tips is actually fundamental. So the really secret is routine goldfish keeping, and that's gonna boost your goldfish win, trust me. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like it, give me a big like, and also subscribe my channel and ask more friends to subscribe my channel. I really want this channel to grow and make more connection to the global goldfish society. Thank you guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.